Well, we are doing. It's happening.
We're going live. Wait, we're going live early.
We're going to go live.
I think we're live.
I feel like we're live.
Do you feel alive, Mike? Does he look alive?
Feel me. I feel alive.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Monday Ask Mike Anything with
Mike Meyers
and Scott Jernigan. It's good to be here. Hope you all had a wonderful holiday. Those of you who celebrate Christmas. Those of you who don't, I hope you had a wonderful Festivus or a wonderful...
Hanukkah was earlier this month.
Hanukkah was earlier, yeah.
Yeah.
You have plenty of good things to celebrate. Kwanzaa also. Yeah.
Kwanzaa can be fun.
Yeah.
Or you could be like me and just sit around all day in your, we'll say pajamas. It's so much nicer. Yeah.
That is nicer.
And catch up on YouTube videos.
Did you get any good presents this year, Mike?
I got a couple. Nothing. But I do, Scott, I have a present for you.
Yep. For me.
It's true, I tell you. I brought you a gift. So, Scott, this is something that's near and dear to me. Do you know what this is, Scott?
No?
This, Scott, is the internet.
Wow, Mike.
Yeah, it's the internet.
It's so light.
Well, it's wireless.
Well, of course it's wireless, Mike. Everything's wireless.
Okay. So anyway, the lords of the internet said that you could use this today during the MA. But after that, I'm going to have to put it back on Big Bend.
Okay.
Because you have to have it. That's the best reception.
Right on top of Big Ben?
On top of Big Ben.
In London.
Yep. Best reception.
Excellent.
So, okay. So that's it. It's the internet, folks. Do you even know what this comes from, Scott?
No.
Oh, my God.
He made me rehearse ahead of time, just so I'd get the lines right.
It's from a television show called The IT Crowd.
That's a British show.
Yeah, I watch a lot of British shows. I watch lots of them.
Why don't you tell the crowd why we're here, Mike, as opposed to doing bad jokes?
Why are we here?
Why are we here?
Why not? Why not,
Why
Scott?
are we here today?
Why the heck
on
not?
a fine Monday morning.
Well, we have nothing better to do.
Yeah, well, there's that. I'm on vacation officially, so.
Just stop it, you and your vacations. You're so European that way.
You know.
Like Europeans, because they take vacations.
Yeah, well, you know. So we're here today, for those of you who are studying for one of the trifecta Comptia certifications or any other thing you're doing in IT, so that you can ask us questions.
Yeah, the whole goal of this is to provide those of us who are isolated by the coronavirus an opportunity to continue our studies. Where the heck is everybody? We have 18 people on.
Maybe they're on vacation.
Yeah, okay, then we'll have a short... Anyway, so we start here at 2 o'clock, and this is Central Standard Time here in Houston, Texas, and we will go until 3 o'clock or until the questions run out. So I'm sure we have people who want to... Do you have any good holiday stories in there? I see JM has a good question. We can get to that here.
That was like the third question.
All right, so I did see a couple of new faces in here. Guys, we are giving stuff away today. We will be giving away... We'll be giving away practice questions. Comptia is closed until after January 1st. So we will be giving away vouchers today, but it is going to be at least a week before you get them, so be prepared.
That's all right.
Yeah, so they literally...
Patience. You know, it's that thing, it's a virtue.
Patience? I just can't wait for it.
Wow.
That's it.
How many years have you been saving that one up?
26.
Okay, thank you. Just checking.
All right, yeah, we will be giving away free practice questions today. We will be giving away a Comptia voucher. So I did see some new faces in there. A couple of folks that started with a W.
Yeah, and our back channel is being run by senior instructor Dave Rush, who reminded me that the line is the elders of the internet.
The elders of the internet.
As opposed to the lords of the internet.
Elders of the internet. And then on top of that, has it been completely demagnetized?
Oh. And I also forgot Diwali.
Diwali.
When I was listing holidays.
I'm not comfortable with anything where I have to throw colors on people. Isn't that Diwali?
I don't know.
Where you throw different colors, pigments?
I like that.
Well, you would. No.
We call it body painting.
No, you call it Burning Man. But, yeah, I'm with you.
So a lot of people were here very early.
Yeah, why are people here so early?
Andre was here an hour and a half early.
And Joey Quetzal, he gets here early. He's just not the first.
63 minutes.
Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no. It's he need get a life, dude.
Tell it was up having coffee and joined us early.
Yeah. Now this is a new face, Max Louis.
Max Louis, yeah.
Good. Dr. Weird. Oh, we've seen Dr. Weird before,
Absolutely,
right?
yep.
Yeah. It's been a while. We've seen him. Sure. All right. So and Max W. That's another. Okay. So we definitely have some new names. Mohammed El Abyad. Mohammed, one of these days, I swear to God, we're going to get your name right. I promise, brother.
Awesome. All right, so JM
Well, the problem is I've got another Mohammed who I talk to on LinkedIn all the time.
Ah, okay.
And what made it worse is his name's Mohammed A. So, Mohammed, I keep seeing you, and I keep texting this guy on LinkedIn going,
Yeah.
I mean, how
thanks
many
for-
Mohammed A's can there be on Earth, right? 3, 6, right?
Yeah, maybe 7. You know, they have a silent mode for that.
I'm putting it in the silent mode even as we speak. I'm literally silencing my phone.
Oh, so Dave Rush is our moderator in the background. You'll see him. He will be making posts. He has a little blue wrench next to his name. He can post links. I can post links.
Everyone can post. No,
No,
not everybody.
nobody else can. YouTube blocks those by default. By the way, if you want to get the most out of the chat, you should go up where it says live chat or where it says top chat. There's a little arrow pointing down. Click that and turn it to live chat.
Right there.
Top chat is YouTube's little nanny filter thing. Live chat will actually tell you everything that's being said.
Yeah.
Good and bad.
And you definitely want to put that into live chat is very, very helpful.
Absolutely. So at 1:53, and I know it's 1:53 because I went to the 3 little dots and toggled on the timestamp.
In the chat window, 3 little dots?
In the chat window, the 3 little dots, which you should do also. At 1:53, JM posts the first question before we were even here. I'm a little confused about NetBIOS. Can you explain it in simple terms?
Let's start with that. Let's just do that first
Okay,
part.
yeah, because just a second.
Yeah, NetBIOS was the naming system of the Microsoft before they figured out DNS. That's all it is.
Okay.
Before people were using TCP/IP with its DNS naming system, this could be back from the late 80s, actually. God, Microsoft, don't even remember the name of the tool anymore. Anyway, the bottom line is, before there was the internet, when there were just little networks, you didn't have to have IP addresses and everything for small local area networks, and Microsoft came up with this naming system so you could name your computers things like Mike's PC or Server 1, and that was NetBIOS. It was originally only 15 uppercase characters. It worked for a great, you don't need, NetBIOS does not need TCP/IP. All you need is NetBIOS, and actually a transport mechanism called NetBUI.
NetBUI, right.
So a lot of times you'll see, just like you'll see TCP over IP, you'll see NetBIOS over NetBUI. This is the networks of your forefathers, folks. Most of this stuff is pretty much obsolesced. NetBIOS has evolved a bunch over the last 40 years, 30 years, and because Microsoft likes the idea of you being able to fire up your computer and go into network neighborhood or network places or network or whatever your version of Windows calls it, and be able to see the other computers on your network. So in order to do that with halfway human being sounding names, we have to have some name resolution tools. So NetBIOS worked for a long time. Even when they got rid of NetBUI because everybody was using TCP/IP, they even invented something called NetBIOS over TCP/IP or NetBT, which lasted for a long, long time. On top of that, if you needed, like if you were in a domain, not a DNS domain, Windows had their own kind of domain, you would have this special kind of server called a WINS server.
That brings us to the second half of James' question. And also, would you recommend an organization to have a WINS server?
No, there would be
Not
no
anymore.
reason to have a WINS server anymore.
WINS
is
is dead.
completely obsolete,
Yeah.
and it's been replaced completely by DNS. Oh, well, you got to be careful about this.
Really?
Well,
Do we? Or can we just say it's dead? DED, dead.
WINS is dead, but NetBIOS isn't. If you have just a few Windows 10 systems, say, or Windows 10, Windows 11 systems, that's it. and you fire them up, they will still talk to each other. They will send out broadcasts for name resolution. This is not DNS. I don't remember what they call it anymore in Windows. They keep giving it different names. It's NetBIOS. It really is NetBIOS. All right. And it runs on top of something called Symmetric Message Box, or SMBs.
All right, sounds good.
I can keep going.
TD Washington showed up at 1:59.
Not TD Washington.
TG.
Touchdown Washington.
NTLM. According to Mr. Rush.
NTLM.
Yes. I showed up. I'm here. Esteban is here from Argentina.
Argentina.
The G is pronounced like an H.
Yeah, then they also say things like Barcelona. Is that an Argentinian thing?
No. That's a Spanish thing.
Oh. Well, let me tell you about culture, Scott.
Yeah,
Because I know
let's talk
about
about
this.
television.
I could do these things
Okay,
all day
all right.
long. Yeah.
So
Many
Dave-
parts of the cattail are edible.
And Andre was cautioning me, don't drop the internet.
Yeah.
I'll break the stream.
If you break the stream.
Yeah, it would be very sad. So JM comes up with another question at 2:02, and I just super scrolled past it. Like a lot, super scrolled past it. Like, wow, a lot. There it is. Is it common for organizations to use hubs?
No.
No, hubs are dead, and they have been for 25 years. The only time you'll ever see a hub is on a Comptia exam, and we're
Yeah,
still
pretty
annoyed
much.
by it.
Pretty much.
Hubs are dead, 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 and have been for decades. Would it be a security risk? If you could even find a hub, yes, it would be a security risk.
Yeah, the problem is, if you even were to find a hub, the fastest it could possibly run would be 100 megabits, which in today's world is pretty slow. I mean, we are now in a universe where we're starting to see, even on the local systems,
10
movement from 1 gig
to 10 gig.
to 10 gig. So
Yeah.
we've been sitting at 1 gig for 10 years now.
Yeah,
Maybe a little more than
too
that.
slow for me.
But now we need 10 gigs.
We need 10 gigabit.
I need
Ethernet.
it.
I need
So I
it.
keep looking at myself. Look, I look like Mr. Clean.
No, if you shaved your head, you'd look like Mr. Clean. Your hair's all fuzzy.
I do have very fuzzy hair. Look at you. He doesn't color his hair, people. Guys, how much? You're not even 2 years younger than me?
It's just genetics.
You could say all that clean living.
It's just genetics. I can't say that
he
one.
He eats nothing but yogurt.
Yes, just yogurt.
And-
Abu Bakr is here.
Is he here?
He's here at 2:03 and says hello.
All right.
So hello. Max W is watching from Fort Worth.
What? You got to say it like this. Fort Worth. Fort Worth.
Really? People from Fort Worth say that?
Yeah. They do.
All
Max
right.
W, back me up here.
Max,
It's Fort Worth.
Fort Worth, right?
Oh, yes, and I'm sure you say New Orleans as well.
Of course I say New Orleans.
It's Narlands.
Narlands?
It's Narlands. It's always been Narlands.
Narlands. Narlands.
But what town do we live in?
Houston.
Oh, I think, okay, you got that one. I was
Except for
waiting.
there's a street in New York City called Houston.
That's right.
Spelled the same.
And what is Soho?
A small office, home office network.
Actually, in New York City, it means south of Houston. It does, really. Soho is south of Houston, and Tribeca is the triangle below Canal Street. I'm serious, Scott. Oh
Now
my!
you're going to tell me that Brooklyn is just across the
It
river.
has something to do with a girl named Brooke.
This guy.
Can't take me anywhere.
Nope.
Be quiet, or I'm going to start glowing over on your side.
No! B. Rush is here. Good afternoon. It has been a while. good to see you back. BM is here.
No, Mohammed, I know you're not the same guy on LinkedIn. We figured that I embarrassed myself. Trust me. Yeah.
I thought you turned that on silent.
I am going to take care of this, Scott. You get to run things for a minute.
Okay, fine.
Can you do this?
089. Hello, guys.
Sorry, guys. This is like almost an emergency.
Okay, so Tullowit at 204 says, I'm watching Live Free or Die Hard today as part of my Christmas movie marathon because the Die Hard trilogy is nothing if not serious Christmas magic, right? How many of you actually watched A Christmas Story? Fragile. It must be Italian. I know. I have watched some of these things, regardless of how much I pretend I have not. David Gomez is here. All right, Malk is asking a whole bunch of questions here. It's about 204, and I skipped your BGP question. Esteban, I'll get back to it in a minute. So at 204, what are the troubleshooting steps for these two deterrent issues? 1, a laptop on a docking station not responding, and 2, no logon servers available. There's a whole bunch of different options, Malk. So Total Seminars does not have a Discord channel. There is, however, an unofficial Total Seminars Discord channel. Dave Rush will post a link to that in the background. These kind of troubleshooting questions where it's like we could go into great detail and should back and forth as we work through the troubleshooting issues and steps and some of the possibilities of what it can be that could cause these problems. Doing this on Discord is a lot easier than trying to do this on a live show. So Dave will post the Discord link. Feel free to join us afterwards. There's 500 plus people on Discord in Jose Braden's totally unofficial Total Seminars Discord channel. And lots of great text there. Mike and I show up, Dave shows up, plenty of other people as well. It's a great place to ask these kind of questions because we can do longer form answers more readily than we can straight up here.
Well, I mean, we could. So, Mark, the other thing is that when you throw a lot of questions like this at us, we're very curious about where you're getting these questions from. Can you scroll up just a?
Yeah, I told Esteban we'd get back to his question.
All right. Because, Malk, it's very tricky for us to be able to do troubleshooting type stuff like that. So it almost sounds like you have another source of practice questions that you're asking about, which is more than welcome. I don't have any problem with that. But often, if you could come to that Discord channel, it would be exactly the place where we could break these down a little bit and have more conversation. Also, keep in mind, you don't have to have a camera and a microphone headset for the Discord. It's more fun if you do, but in no way are you required to do that.
Right. I assume Dave is posting the Discord link. He hasn't told me he has yet. It's all right. All right, Esteban at 204. Yeah, we skipped Esteban's question while you were off dealing with your emergency. Dave posted the Discord link at 216, and Esteban at 204 says, can you explain how Border Gateway Protocol works?
Yipe. No, I can't. I'd have to think about it a little bit.
Okay, I skipped it too.
I cannot comfortably. You know what, Scott? It's been a long time. Maybe we should have a. Have we done BGP before?
I don't think we've even done routing.
Maybe that might be our next big discussion. Is we could do a rundown. Routing is more interesting if you do static routes first and then go into dynamic routing. Would you guys be interested if we did this is going to take more than one session, probably take two.
Okay.
Maybe we could do a thing on routing.
Just start in January?
Yeah. I need somebody to say, yes, that's a good idea, or we want to go over routing. But Esteban, that is something we could definitely do. It's very interesting. And the fun part about it, it's one of these things that you can fairly easily do on your own once you get an idea how it works.
Okay. Right, Jeremy? Only one blue shirt today. Somebody
I'm glowing.
Didn't get the memo.
I'm glowing. I'm God.
Really?
Well, not that God. A God.
Okay. All right. This is a good question since we're talking about television and movies.
Is anybody interested in me doing
I don't know. That's like 15 minutes down the feed.
Okay, go.
So Telewit asks, what movies would you consider the most IT authentic? What was that movie with John Travolta where they were like, oh, wait, let me see if I can hack it.
Codename Swordfish. And
Not that one.
The guy who played, like you would know.
Data on Star Trek.
No, stop it. The guy who got the claws, the X-Man, Wolverine. Whoever that actor is, was it?
Hugh Jackman. Well, you asked me about a comic book movie, I'm going to tell you all the names.
Yeah, here's Hugh Jackman in Codename Swordfish. You need to hack this in 12 seconds. Darn it. Shoot. I'm in.
Yeah.
I love hacking like that.
What was the game? War Games?
Want to play a game? Yes.
The problem with authentic IT movies is they're dreadfully boring, because doing IT, like for real hacking and stuff, is sitting at a keyboard typing. Nobody wants to see that on screen.
I'm just having fun thinking about doing a BGP presentation. But if we do BGP, then we ought to do OSPF too. And hell, we ought to do RIP.
And EIGRP.
I don't have a way to actually light that up here. Actually, I don't have a way to light up BGP. The problem is...
We can do it with clouds and
Well, the
bubbles.
problem with so many
Puppets.
dynamic routing protocols, or routing as we call it in the Midwest, is once they're configured, they're like their most boring things ever, I mean, like OSPF, you set an area and your primary router, and then it just kind of goes. Okay, Mohammed, I got it. I got it.
Look at that.
Abyad equals white.
It's interesting. Cool.
Common last name everywhere.
Yep. All right, so B-Rush. Question, Mike. This is at 2...
B-Rush, are you related to D-Rush by any chance?
I don't think so.
And does he owe you money?
Could.
Because you'll never get it.
D-Rush's son's name is B-Rush. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah, I do now that you've brought that to my attention.
Well, there you go.
Can we answer
Okay, all right.
question while we're
207,
young?
Wow.
Jeez.
You are so impatient today.
I don't even, what is...
I have bought the Comptia A+ textbook recently. Should someone novice as myself read through the whole textbook, or focus on studying 1002 since I passed my 1001 test already?
Oh, well then do the 1002. If you've already passed 1001, concentrate on 1002.
But all of our brilliant pros, he would be missing those great one-liners.
And the iambic pentameter alone.
Yes, focus on 1002. And only go back to the 1001 stuff if you are reading it and we're referencing the earlier stuff, then go back and check some of the
I
earlier
think
stuff.
that I should never see a protocol as lovely as USB.
Wow.
That just it
just
comes
came
out
to you.
like a font, like a fountain. It just happens. I can't help it. Things are happening over here. What's happening?
I don't
over
know
here?
what's happening over
Why,
here.
Why does Dave black it out like that?
Because he's copying directly from the feed, and for some reason it blacks out. And we're about to get to that question.
Okay.
So we will get there.
And yes, guys, we are giving away practice questions, and we are giving away a Comptia voucher today.
Patricia's here and gone already.
Well, that doesn't even really count. What did she would say? Comes in counts coup, and then
That's right.
oh,
Is that politically correct anymore?
it's historically accurate.
Well, okay then.
All
right, so Rabahar Buyan at 2:07 p.m. says, are we allowed to use the help command in Comptia A+ Core 2 if we forget any switches in Pbqs?
Yes, you can use the
Performance-based
help,
questions.
but
No.
you got to. Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
It's been a while. You used to. What?
No, you can't. You get nothing. You get nothing.
If you use the help command on their limited command line, you actually do get a little bit of input, not much. It's not a full-blown help response like you'd see in cmd.exe.
So
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so
You're allowed to try to type it, and good luck if any good information comes out of it. It probably won't.
So yes, that's correct if you're talking about the Pbqs in our simulations and the command line environment in our simulations. If you're talking about on the actual Core 2 exam itself, there's no help.
We'll agree to disagree.
Back me up on that, Dave Rush. And if I'm wrong, and I'm wrong, but I've just never needed any help. I've never needed any help, Mike.
I'm going to just sit here and look pompous. Go ahead.
Okay, Dave actually did respond to that.
Fine. Grab
No,
that
no,
one.
hold on. He actually responded. If you run help in a PBQ, you will get a list of 4 commands that work in the simulation. You try to run /H, you will get no results. Short answer, and this according to Dave Rush in the back channel, you can't get help on any specific simulated command in the PBQs.
Fine.
Fine.
Ann Mickey has a question. And
Ann Mickey.
You have to answer it.
At 209, Anne asks, could you tell us about Comptia Network Plus 007, or should I wait for 008? I've just got your book is 008, very different. There is a big difference between 007 and 008.
There is.
Okay, but let's look at your first question first. Which book did you just get? You had to have gotten the 007 book.
We're right there.
It's a week before the 008 book.
And McKee, if you actually have a copy of our 008 book, I want... What?
You can't. It's not even out yet.
Just let
okay,
the lady,
all right.
you know? It says, I've got your book. I just got your book. Is 008 very different? When does 007 retire? June.
June. End of June.
This is one of these weird situations where Comptia has given this huge amount of overlap.
Huge. Grande.
So the question is should you take the 007, which you have the book for now, or go for the 008? I would say go for the 007. Nobody really cares which exam you take. You don't have to take the most recent exam. They'll be curious to know what date you took it and whether you passed or failed, and that's about it.
And we collectively, all the educators for Network Plus certification, pretty much know the questions that are on the exam. And if you go through our practice test and go through our training materials, whether it's us or our competitors, you're going to get really accurate information on what's going to be on the current exam. Because 008 has just come out a few months ago, we're still getting feedback on that and building up our materials. So I'd say they're not as ripe or as perfect as the 007 materials are. So you have 6 months, go for it.
Yeah,
get your 007.
Yeah, do the 007, just get her knocked out.
So the second half of your question, though, are they different? Yes. It's a difference in focus more than anything else. 007 was still kind of in the SOHO realm of what a network tech is, SOHO being small office, home office, whereas 008 assumes a much more enterprise level tech because so many even smaller companies are using enterprise tech that network technicians today or tomorrow need to be able to service those kind of networks as well. So they bring in things like data centers and software-defined networking and other things that are the big boy playpens, but that we are very rapidly moving into. So definitely a change of tone and focus in 008. Good luck in your studies, and
so Scott, I think we're let's go ahead and do a giveaway right now.
Wow, it's already 2:30.
I know.
Okay.
So let's go, guys. We're going to give away 90-day access to the Total Seminars practice questions of your choice. This will be the first of two competitions. So this is a competition. We're going to post a multiple choice question up, and you have to answer it. Do not type A, B, C, or D as your answer. Type up enough of the answer so we know what you're talking about. The first person who shows up with the right answer on Scott Jernigan's feed wins. Okay?
Okay. If you want to play just for bragging rights and think you're faster and better than everybody else, but don't want to win, just type your answer in and type pass at the end.
All right, so folks, let's go ahead and let's do this. Let's give away some practice questions, all right?
Absolutely.
So you guys, I can move this over.
Can you?
I don't even have to ask anybody. All right. I'm afraid to touch anything. It's like it's all so fragile.
You can't. It's not going to fit. There we go. All right. Do it. Do it.
All right, here we go. You ready?
All right, here we go.
Okay, first person with the right answer wins. A user's normal default network printer is not available in the printers list when they try to print. In other words, so they've seen this plenty of times before, but today it's not showing up. Which of the following is the first step that should be taken? Man, if there was ever a when you see hoof prints, think horses, not zebras kind of question, this is it. So reboot your workstation, map a drive letter, have another user log into your workstation, see if it's available. Actually, C is a very good thing to do for a lot of problems. And then D, verify the printer is turned on. Do we have any? Oh, we got lots of people, okay? All right, this one's actually pretty straightforward. Keep it simple, folks. Initially on problems with peripherals, verify that the peripheral's turned on. I would even go so far as to, verify that's on and even run a printer test. But that wasn't part of the question. So verify the printer's turned on. Let's use the assistant window. Check your answer. Answer D is correct. Yay! All right. So Scott, the answer is verify that the printer is turned on. Do we have a winner?
Yes, Esteban, who passed. Yeah, awesome, good show. The first winner who didn't pass, though, is Max W.
All right, so Max W, congratulations. You are the
Congratulations.
winner. You have received 90-day access to the practice questions of your choice from Total Seminars. So,
To win, you need to contact Dave Rush at daver@totalsim.com. Mike's going to put that up on the screen. You need to put your YouTube name so he knows that Max W is whatever your real name is. Tell him what your email address is and specifically which practice exam you want. It doesn't have to be A+, Net+, Security+. We have tons of practice exams. So take your pick and make it happen. Congratulations, Max.
congratulations, Max W. Well done.
That was fun. Okay. Tell it.
Here's where you give me another question.
I need to scroll back up. Oh, and by the way, that whole thing of yeses in there is all about people wanting to do routing. So you got plenty of people saying yes.
Fine.
On
I'm not going to be
routing.
able to do it by Wednesday. Next Monday, Dave Rush, please remind me. Next Monday, we're going to start a thing. Next Monday, we're going to do static routing because you got to do static routing first. Always got to
Okay.
do static
All right.
routing
Sure.
first. We'll do static routing, and then the next session, whatever that'd be, Wednesday, we'll do just a couple other. I don't know.
Okay.
SPR Beast 211 is from Arizona. All right.
Season's greetings.
Joey says I look like the KFC. I look like Colonel Sanders is what you're saying. It's all right.
Oh, wow. Michael Lovell, 213. My boss says Mike looks like the Christmas Rudolph claymation guy. Remember that?
Yes.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Yes, he was the snowman. He was played by Burl Ives.
Nice.
Have a holly jolly Christmas.
See, and I told you that Max W. calls it Fort Worth because he moved there from New Jersey.
Oh, that's what it is. He's from Rahway.
And Joey, who's also up there, says, DFW, we don't talk like that.
Yes, you do.
Max. See, you said that even before you won. I would take Mike's word on it. He's incredibly smart and handsome.
Max W., when you die, you will achieve full consciousness. I want you to know that.
Oh, wow.
We got a lot of people from the DFW area,
Right?
Metroplex.
And Michael is even confirmed even before you said it. He said he confirmed in the past. Because, you know,
Moving
that was
on
15
here.
minutes
Moving
ago.
on.
Whatever.
Man. All right, so
Whatever.
You have literally scrolled past 2 questions.
What? Okay, Max W. Since y'all, okay, that you said you were from New Jersey. You can't say y'all.
Yes, he can.
I live in Texas, and I don't even say y'all. I have a full-size server rack in my house, but I don't know where to put it. Any recommendations for home labs? I say living room.
Yeah, put it right there. Put it on the porch. All right, so Max W., you run into the same problem that many of us nerds do.
Yeah.
And that
Way
is,
too much gear.
so Max W., please tell me you got it for free, because that I can rationalize. Or you got it for like really cheap.
It's even worse since the pandemic started, because like all the stuff that was hanging out at my office that my family didn't see or wasn't standing out every day is now in my house.
Oh man, Max W. Dude, you probably don't need the rack. I've seen people put them up as art, seriously, if you light them up enough and things like that. But even a quiet rack is going to make a lot of noise.
A lot of noise, yeah, absolutely.
And I don't really consider it a home item. I would say instead put some shelving in there and put books in it or something. At least in terms of if you're buying enough switches and punch downs and patch panels, you might want to consider something really small. There's like wall-mounted networking systems, but even then, there's a lot of home stuff that's little small pieces. I have one switch, and I basically just screwed it to a wall. It's not very exciting.
Okay. We missed a question from Darius at 2:14. Dave has posted it in the back channel for us. Thank you. I'm curious as to your guys' thoughts on contract versus full-time IT positions. For one just starting out in IT, is one easier or preferable than the other? So full-time or part-time?
If you're in a big buy environment where it's fairly easy to jump from job to job, I'm not against contract work at all. Especially if you have one company who just keeps getting contracted for different jobs. I see that a lot. That can be an interesting, especially as an entry-level person, because you'll get a lot of experience and a lot of different kind of things very, very quickly. The problem with contract work is that if things slow down at all, you're the first ones to go. So always take the permanent position over the contract position if you can get it. However, never use the fact that something is a contract position keep you from working.
Okay, sounds good. JM, Dave responded to your question at 2:19 that you are confused about a specific question number in the total tester database. This is something that you should just mail to Dave or Mike or me for that matter, and we can look it up. We don't have access to the database right at our fingertips. It would take a few minutes to research that question number. So
yeah,
Mike,
that's the problem. But JM, this is a good way to do it. Dave Rush has written that down. I'm sure we'll be probably ready for it sooner than later.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good.
Mrs. Mason.
Mrs. Mason at 2:18. I'm graduating with my bachelor's degree in information management. Would you recommend for me to take A+ certification? The real question, Mrs. Mason, is what do you want to do in IT? If you're going to do information management and go into
you'd probably be talking about, she would need probably some good core information about networking. Mrs. Mason, in all probability, I would say you do not need to take the A+. I would take a look at Network Plus as probably your launching spot. And again, Ms. Mason, even Network Plus might be inappropriate for you if you're highly skilled. I mean, one thing a bachelor's degree will generally give you is a lot of good core information.
Yeah.
So I'd have to know more about you to be able to give you a more definitive answer, but probably not.
So Michael Lovell says that if we do routing with sock puppets, he'd watch.
It's been a while since I've done sock puppets on anything, but you never could.
Sock puppets are awesome. Sankumba Fofana. Hello, Mike and Scott. Hello. The net was, wow.
All right, I'm going to take control of this. That's the question.
Okay, all right. Oof, that's a long one. Okay.
So see,
I'll read.
There's so honestly, there aren't any very great movies in my opinion to deal with IT. Mr. Robot is probably, and it's not a movie, it's a series. I'm going to steal. Is that okay?
Please do. Yeah.
Sankuba again is asking, is using only your A+ certification passport book? Yeah, the passport book is pretty good. I'd still recommend using practice questions to go with it, but the passport book is fine. May I? May I?
Yeah, please. So that's right. We can't do it at the same time.
These are both on your monitor.
Right, that's right, that's right.
Hold on. Give it back. I got to get this. This is all the practice questions. Max W. I inherited all the old network gear from our office. Yep. We know that feeling too. We've done that ourselves. Abgar, I have a question. What's the difference between plenum and PVC, and where can we use them? That's just the type of fire resistance that they put on unshielded twisted pair. It doesn't even really have to be unshielded twisted pair, but it usually is. Plenum is the space between the actual ceiling and the drop ceiling in offices. You rarely see plenum in homes, and that has one type of fire rating. PVC fire rating is basically saying there is no fire rating. It's by far the cheapest type of unshielded twisted pair you can buy, and in many situations it's unacceptable to use PVC for building codes.
Okay. So JM, the back channel looked up your question in the I don't know if it's an A plus or Network plus question. But the question that came up was, Rebecca is installing a complete network system, including cabling, switches, and systems. And the question is, she wants to install a 100 megabit system, but it needs to be easily upgradable to gigabit.
Okay.
And the query is, of the cabling and switches, which is the least...
What's the cat level?
Which is the least important thing that she needs to install, all right? Of the list. And the list is pretty straightforward. Cat5e, horizontal cabling, Cat5e patch panel, a 100
slash 1000 megabits per second switch.
Or a 100 slash 1000 megabit per second NIC. And so
well, to get what Cat5e will work. So what we're trying is, what is the biggest and most expensive and most painful thing to do to get knocked out first?
Right, if you're going from 100 to gigabit.
And that is, make sure you have decent cabling.
Okay, cabling, that's going to be your most expensive upgrade, so you want to make sure that you have gigabit ready cabling. So the cabling is definitely...
And even that question, because Cat5e, which is gigabit capable, but...
It's an older question. It's a 007 question. No big deal.
And there's lots of these kind of questions still on the
Net Plus exam.
Net Plus. So
yeah. The Cat5e patch panel, same deal, right? Because you don't want to mess with the cabling, right? So that would be something that would be expensive to replace. The NICs, because you're pulling systems, you're replacing NICs, again, expensive and time consuming. So the easiest upgrade that you're going to have is the 100 slash gigabit switch. That's just pulling a single box out and putting it back in. So that's your explanation. That's the easiest and simplest thing to replace to do the upgrade from 100 megabit to gigabit.
There you go. It's a single piece.
It's a single piece, yeah. Not the greatest question in the world. Is that one of yours?
Oh, no, it's definitely one of yours. The A in cat is capitalized, so I know it has to be it.
Wow. Wow. Okay, 236. Savage Cabbage. Is there such a thing as entry-level cloud jobs?
Yes.
Yes. I have the Azure Fundamentals certification, and Azure App Services, web apps, has really piqued my interest. Still planning to get the Comptia trifecta. Well, I mean...
You can go get the Comptia trifecta, but to be honest with you, if you've got some of the Azure basics...
and there are Azure jobs in your neighborhood, or at least in your internet...
I think it's just a matter of starting to get some job applications out there.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. Tech Face Killer.
Tech Face Killer.
237. I practice on Total Sim. Will A+ have the floppy connection on the motherboard like on site? Oh.
What's he talking about?
He's talking about one of our Pbqs. It has an older picture of a motherboard that still has a floppy. Apparently, we need to change that PBQ.
I'm not so sure we do.
I don't know which version he's studying. If he got it on disk, it could be an older version. Like
so
on
this
CD.
is the one. Okay, yeah. By now we should have had those all purged.
But if
Tech
not,
Face Killer.
we'll
There's a lot of old questions out there that are still floating around that people don't get rid of. So.
Right. I don't think the PBQs on the current A+ exam will not have floppy disks on them. So you're good on that. Mohammed Sadiq at 238. Will the Triad certification help get a job in IT?
It'll help, but it's not a guarantee. I've been telling people this for decades. You cannot look at certification as a tool to instantly open doors for you. The only thing a certification is going to do, it's going to put your name on the top of a stack. It's going to get you through the HR departments.
That's right. 238. Al-Ashir, 128. Do you all know when in 2022 the A+ will be updated? No. That's the official answer. We even had Dr. James Stanger, the tech evangelist for Comptia, on a couple of weeks ago, and we asked him that question point blank right here on the air, and he said, I don't know. So just going by their traditional 3-year cycle, sometime this spring being 2022, but I can't tell you. They haven't announced it yet officially. They haven't even released the objectives to the public yet.
They got it. We don't know.
Wait, I'm on my soapbox.
You were full ramble, man.
All right, fine.
You were rambly. Ramblin', rent a car. Ramblin'. Apostrophe. Ramblin'.
Wow.
Thank you, Steve Martin.
Okay.
Whoa.
Dogwood
Whoa.
Lee, I failed the Net Plus twice. I was around 50 points away each time. My question is, should I move on to CCNA or try the Net Plus again? This is one of these where you put up your contact information.
Yes, I agree. All right. Daweed, I want you to contact me directly. My email is michaelm@totalsem.com. I want to hear from you. If somebody fails something twice, there's a problem, and I'm going to help you directly. So, Daweed, I want you to call me direct, send me an email directly, and I'm going to work with you to make sure that gets fixed. I think we should knock out the Network Plus. I really have turned off this phone multiple times.
I believe you.
I don't know
but if they
on.
dial you 5 times in a row, it'll still ring.
Is that what that is?
This is exactly what that is.
Oh, God. All right, moving on.
Right, okay, so Theodoros
Theodorus of York?
Georgos.
Theodorus of York.
He's of Greece. At 241.
Windex. Go ahead. If I continue with Comptia certs, does it mean that I will not have to renew the first ones?
Yes.
Comptia wants you to renew every 3 years. In my opinion, your career progression is such that you've already moved past A+, Net Plus, maybe you're going into cloud or whatever it might be, and that there's no great need. Comptia doesn't like me to tell you that, but I think it's accurate.
Right, so yeah, taking the next cert will upgrade the previous cert. Will renew the previous cert. See, they all liked my answer, my over-explanation.
You're the best. Ask you what time it is, you're going to tell me how to build a clock.
One tick at a time, Mike.
One tick at a time.
And then somebody keeps bursting into song.
I can't help it. It's my
Yeah.
my idiom. All right, we got another giveaway coming
We
up. Here
do.
pretty quick,
245 Valor asks, are we planning to continue your studies on, i.e. continue our preparation materials for the next A+? Yes. Yes, I'll just leave it at that. We're under NDA, so I can't really say anything else.
Yeah, we got to be careful what we say here.
And Telowit did say he'll stop calling.
Finally.
That's why I cracked up on while you were saying something on a completely different question. JM failed Network Plus last week.
What? What is going on here?
But I will be taking it again in a few weeks. I will do more labs and hands-on type of stuff.
JM, you, especially given the questions that you're here, one more time. JM, you need to send me an email as well. michaelm@totalsem.com. I don't like all this failing going on. This is not good. I'll fix you. I promise. All right, let's keep going here, Scott.
Okay.
Here we go. Darius Bryant at 248. Is it true Server Plus can renew the other certs permanently? Something I heard. No, that's I don't know who told you that. You're clearly hanging out with the wrong crowd there in Discord there, Mr. Darius.
So at 222.
Hey, wait, Scott, look, you ready? Molecule.
We've got one word for you, Jimmy. Plastic.
Plastics. Mrs. Robinson, Jesus. Yeah.
It was a movie reference, Mike.
I know, you did. You actually did The Graduate. I'm impressed.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah. We're gonna do some.
Okay.
We're gonna do some Network Plus work. I got two guys
right.
who have been failing. We're something's wrong here.
Let's do this.
We're gonna fix. We'll
So at
fix it.
224, JM had a question that we missed.
All right.
Is it necessary to turn off the firewall of the virtual server and virtual clients when creating an active directory to connect different virtual machines in VirtualBox?
Yes.
Yeah, kill the firewall.
Kill the firewalls. In fact, most of the time you shouldn't even have the firewalls configured at that part in the process. Firewalls will make joining domains tricky, a lot of other stuff. You can certainly configure all this within the server and within the clients, but at least when you're initially setting up, keep it all turned off. And by the way, that means on the clients as well as the server. Did he ask that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Both
yeah.
sides.
It's just easier when you're doing your home lab stuff to turn off all protection. Which
And
of course you don't want to do in the real world, but you know.
Careful. And the other thing you definitely want to do whenever you're setting up a Windows server is one of the first steps you do is you set to a static IP before you set up the DHCP server, before you set up in fact, you can't set up a DNS server in Windows until you give it a static IP address. It'll complain, as it should. Yeah.
Right. Okay, Teloid is confirming what we said. Renewing higher level certs, or doing higher level certs renews your lower level certs. But it doesn't turn things on permanently. That's all. What do we have? We have one more question here from Alex Tan at 248, the last question in the feed. Do you think it's enough to do an entry-level cybersecurity work by obtaining the Security Plus certification?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. In fact, that's a great starting point for cybersecurity analyst, junior cybersecurity analyst, getting your foot in the door. Security Plus is an awesome cert.
Yeah, it's definitely getting a lot of recognition.
Yep. So, we are out of questions, Mike.
But we have one more competition for a Comptia voucher.
So this Comptia voucher is special, by the way. It is from Comptia, and it is good for any Comptia exam, except for maybe CYSA Plus. And it's good for anywhere you can take a Comptia exam in the entire world. Nice, huh? So this is a $200 to $400.
Somebody in Kansas going, you mean I can take it in Japan?
Yes, you can.
But they won't fly you there.
You have to go to Japan. And since all flights are canceled now.
Yeah, what a mess.
Yeah, it's a big mess. It's a big mess. For those of you who are stranded over the holidays, I feel for you.
So has I have a legitimate question for you, Scott.
Sure, yeah.
The OnView, the home testing.
It is the internet.
It is. Here, no, you got to do like this. Yeah, there you go.
The OnView testing.
I now literally am going to have to make you watch this episode. So the OnView testing, it obviously works in the United States. Does it work in Europe? I'm pretty sure it does. We did hear folks in the EU
absolutely
said it was working. Yeah. I wonder where else it works.
That's a good question. I don't have an answer. Dave Rush is typing in the background. He might have that answer.
He's quick.
He is very quick.
And what Dave doesn't know, he's glad to make up.
Because that's what we do, as techs. When we don't know an answer, we don't say, I don't know.
We say, technobabble.
We technobabble completely with dilithium crystals and the ether webs.
Your token rings have fallen out onto the floor. So Theodorus says it works in Switzerland. Okay, yeah, guys, I'm pretty sure it works in the States and in Europe. I'm just always curious about anywhere else. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this, guys. So, yes, I was going to start that.
You're going to start the question? I know, but let me just post the fact that 252, Dave Rush posted the link to the unofficial Total Seminars Discord channel. Join us. Second, at 252, Dave posted the AMA special, which is only for you guys and gals and people who are here. And that is for this week. It's 50% off our ebook and practice exam bundles. So get an A+ ebook, get an A+ practice exam, Total Tester. Go to checkout at totalsim.com and type in the code New Year.
NEWYEAR. Right. So yeah, you just head over to our website.
And get 50% off.
50% off, which is an amazing deal. So basically you're getting a free book out of the deal.
JM is taking OnView exams in Germany and Mexico. JM gets around.
JM gets around, man.
That's cool.
Huh. All right.
The code is New Year.
New Year. Is that two words?
One word, lowercase.
All lowercase. NEWYEAR.
And
incredible.
Dave posted all the information there, 252, Nate.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and do our last question, Scott, and then we'll call it a day for today.
That sounds great.
All right, guys, ready? So here's the usual deal on this. It's a multiple choice question. Mm-hmm. You do not, it's not fair So the first person who gets the right answer on Scott's feed wins. Do not type A, B, C, or D. Type out enough of the question, enough of the answer so we know what you're talking about. And
if you want to play but not win, then type pass.
PASS. And we need to warn you, we weight this a little bit for the new folks, all right? So if you're somebody who's already won, it's not that you can't win, it's just that we're going to give a newbie a shot in front of you.
Because there's usually about 10 people that answer on the same timestamp, believe it or not.
Yep.
Yeah, so anyway, here we go.
Let's do this. You ready? Here we go.
Let's do it.
Which of the following features can be configured with keyboards to assist users with disabilities? And man, this is a question that nails me on the A+ every time I take it, because I never remember what this is. So is it pointer trails, magnifier, sticky keys, or character map?
Which can be configured with keyboards to assist users with disabilities.
So basically what they're trying to say is no mouse. And
Right, so pointer trails, not so much.
magnifier, yeah, a little.
Not so much.
So pretty sure it's going to be sticky keys. What do you think, Scott?
Sticky keys could be good.
Sticky keys is correct. So the answer is, oh God, I said that to
No, no, yeah.
Okay, woo! All right.
Lots of people had answers.
So the answer is sticky keys, Scott. All right, so Scott's going to have to take a minute to find a winner on that one. It takes a minute here, guys.
So lots of people had answered every single one of the potential answers. So there we go. Yeah, I'm just waiting. Type faster, Dave.
Yeah, Dave is typing slow today. Okay, we're good.
Okay, so the winner
Is
Chris Carter.
yay!
So Chris Carter, to collect your Comptia exam voucher, good
You
for
gotta-
anywhere in the world.
You got to jump through a couple of hoops, my friend.
Yeah, because this is what Comptia wants, not necessarily what we want. So you need to jump through some hoops. So you need to contact Dave Rush at daver@totalsim.com. Mike's put this up on the screen, which you're looking at while I'm talking at you. Include your YouTube name, put your email address in the body of the message, and also put your Comptia account information. In other words, the name you use on Comptia certifications, the email address that you use on Comptia certifications. If you don't have one yet, what you're going to use. You need to say where you live. If you're in the states, you need to say which state you're in. And then you also need to say what exam, specific exam number that you want, right? Because there's a N10 008 and a 007, both out right now. You need to say which one you're going to take.
Yeah, so you have to say the exact numbers very carefully so the Comptia will get you the right voucher at the right time. But what a great what a great little deal. So congratulations.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Chris. Dave Rush posted that in that same information in the feed in case you weren't fast enough to write it down at 2:57. So that's awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's go ahead and wrap it up for the day, guy.
JM has a question. What are sticky keys?
How do you hold down the control key? Shift key. I forget how to do it. I'm afraid to do it on this one because
Don't do it because we'll blow things up.
It's a tool that's designed for people who have limited motion control, who can't really use a mouse. Fire it up. Try it yourself.
Just go to control panel in accessibility or settings, accessibility, and you can turn.
Oh, look,
turn
Tolan
sticky
even
keys
says
on.
it. Shift key. Yeah, hit your shift key 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it will come on automatically. Yeah, thanks, Tolwood. I'd forgotten that. All right, let's wrap this up, Scott. I got to go, man.
Okay. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for participating in the Monday AMA with
Mike Meyers.
and Scott Jernigan. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. We'll see you on Wednesday, 2 p.m. Central Time, for the next AMA. And we'll see you on Discord as well, hopefully. And then Friday, New Year's Eve, Dave Rush is going to do an AMA.
He's going to be doing a New Year. It's going to be 3 people in there. There you go, folks. If you ever really wanted a Comptia voucher and you want very little competition, show up for Dave's AMA on Friday. Not that it isn't a great show, it's just that
It's a great show. I was on there last Friday.
Were you?
Yeah,
Were
live.
you, like live?
Live, yeah.
What were you doing?
I was being the color commentary.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, what's a Linux, Dave?
All right. Folks, we're out of here. We'll see y'all next Wednesday. Be good. And until then, this is Mike Meyers and Scott Jerry saying bye-bye.
Take care, friends.